Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. I'm in Western Hampden yard today, just getting hives ready for the winter, and we've made a discovery which is a little alarming, and that is we've had a visitor. Now, I'm sure these girls were able to defend themselves pretty well, but this hive is tipped over, this one is tipped over, and that one is tipped over. I see the solar energizer is also tipped over, but I'm wondering where our little visitor came through. May not have been such a little visitor. The other, oh, there's a cover off here as well. It was grounding out. They pulled the feeder over here. The fence is still up, but I think it's just been grounding out. Hopefully the energizer is okay. But this hive is, we've got live bees and everything. Doesn't look like he pulled out one frame by the look of things here. Took some stuff out into the woods, but the girls must have defended themselves pretty well. One thing that is startling is that the bees aren't going after us. Now, as it happens, this is my Golden West yard, where all but one hive, there's one Italian and the rest Golden West. Temperament wise, this is certainly an acid test. To have the hive tipped over like this. Now, I don't know when it was. My neighbors here, or the owners of the property, mustn't have noticed this if it was before today. So it's been a week since I've been here, but by the look of things, it hasn't been that long, because it rained a few days ago. Everything looks in really good shape, except it's on its side. Okay, so we're going to go in here. We've got plenty of smoke ready just in case. I will still put my gloves on, because in my experience where bears have had to go at the hives, the bees have always been in a very bad mood afterwards. But I just can't believe that nothing's happening here right now. Also, if I could take one of the hive tools. Nope. I feel like I've got one less arm if I don't have my hive tool with me. Okay, so go in and have a look. Excuse me. Start by a little bit of smoke and then tipping them back up. I'll take the opportunity to clean the bottom board. A bit of damage here. The bottom board is coming apart. I'm not going to bang on the ground there. That'll hold for now. So we're going to tip it over and then take them apart. So I'll start by tipping it over. And I'll much prefer being this way up. One good thing that's happening this time of year is that everything is glued together really well. So I'll have probably had relatively little bees killed by the crushing of the frames. The problem with the hive getting tipped on its side is that the frames are like book leaves and they squish together. These look like they pretty much stayed in place. Look how gentle these bees are being. I don't think I'll have to take it apart. Randy Oliver, I congratulate you on such a calm race of bee. It's quite light, so they could do with some food.
Would they have built that new comb since they were
was the feeding rim.
Oh,
no, that would
right.
have been the feeding rim on top. So this was here. Now, actually, you know those
Colin
I mentioned
Patty?
those foil covers? They're behind the back seat. We're going to put some of them on. Now, the cluster went pretty much down. These ones that got tipped like this, I'm inclined not to do anything like reversing brood chambers, which is what I would otherwise have been doing with this hive. I'm going to leave them and just close them up. They've been struggling to keep everything warm. Fortunately, these were very strong colonies. There's a lot of bees, so they would have sealed up the passageways for stuff to move. So we're going to make it easier for them to keep it warm. I'm putting some of this on. And I'm actually going to put this back on as well. So in this yard, I'll put that on after. I am amazed at how calm they've kept. I am definitely going to do more of those bees this year. So the name of this race of bee is Golden West, bred by Randy Oliver and being made commercially available by Oliveris Honeybees in California. And we'll put that on. And we'll find a rock wherever that is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually quite shocked at how calm they are.
I can't believe it. As I say, typically they are in a foul mood after this sort of experience. Okay. Now it may have been a while because this looks like it's been rained on. So they could have been like this for several days, which may have got them used to being like this, which might be why they're so calm. But it could be that no one noticed and this hive has been on its side for 4 or 5 days. I'm so glad we've had the bee cozies on.
Oh yeah.
It kept everything together and kept it waterproof except for the extreme edges. Now, let's see what we can do here. We'll leave that for a moment. Just tip it again, just constantly. Blow a bit of smoke on them. Feels like it's all in one piece. I'm going to try and do it in one piece. Kind of twisted. Let's pull the cozy off. Make it easier. Lots of honey in there still. Looks good. Pass me that. I feel them. again, we'll close up shop on this one. Okay. We'll give them some new pollen patties as well. We'll open up that one. This one's all dried up now. So there's the box of pollen patties. There's some honey here. Some honey here. I can see cream's got damaged. I've got enough honey in here.
You open that, or you just set it?
Yeah, what I'm going to do with these, I'll just make it easier for them. They'll eat through the paper, but this will really speed up their access to it. So I'll just open it up like that. Thank you. They're going to feel considerably warmer today.
Especially with the nice day we're
Thank
having.
goodness, yeah, this good warm weather we're starting to finally get. Bear chewed up the
Yes.
bee cozy there. That's the biggest mouse I've ever come across. Okay, now let's look at these girls over here. At the moment, I don't see any oomph, but it hasn't been sat looking in the sun for a while. And it's shorting out. This went through the whole winter without a tray in the bottom.
It's back in the green already.
Sorry?
The charger is back in the green
Is it?
already.
Oh, there we
Yep.
go. So the Energizer was working, but yeah, I've got to just beef up this fence, that's for sure. Okay, so try and push this, actually pull that just a little bit further that way. That's good, good. And maybe more onto the wood there. Okay, now I'm going to pull the cozy off. That's on it.
Oh, this is the one the frame came out of.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try and pull this off. While balancing the hive. Get it thrown out, that's soaking wet. Okay. Okay, now these did concertina. By that, you can see how I meant they folded over. So we will have lost more bees in here. Let's see if there's any indication of how long ago this was by having a quick look at what brood is up here, if any. There's all honey up here. A little bit of brood here. Full of pollen. So the last thing they need is me tearing this apart, but okay. see no young brood, which would infer and there's chilled brood here. This brood all died. If this hive makes it, I'll be surprised. There is some young brood there, down to about 5 days old. Oh, hold on. No, there's even eggs down in there. So it was within the last 3 days. So that's some comfort in knowing that. And what we'll need is one more frame. Now from the supers that we had there, if you pick out a plastic one,
Okay.
that would be great. I'm going to take a frame of honey from this side, put it to the side of the cluster.
So, Peter, do
Yep.
you suppose that you have the less damage due to the fact that the bees actually defended themselves? Or maybe the bear got disinterested?
I'm sure he was interested. He got some of what he wanted, but the bees will have been defending themselves, certainly. What drove him off, it's hard to say. Maybe the dog came out. I've expected a phone call if that was the case. I don't really know. I don't know what will have driven him off, but he's done a remarkably small amount of damage. We've lost one frame, which is probably deep in the woods there somewhere. And it may have just been last night, and that's very common, is that when a bear attacks a colony, it's usually, can we get another foil cover as well,
Oh,
please?
yeah.
This one over here, I think you put some over there. Normally, they do relatively damage the first time. When they come back, they tear things to shreds. So this, to me, from the bear experiences I have had, is this is the first raid,
Yes.
and now they know this stuff here. They're coming back next time, and they usually take away a lot and destroy a lot, chew up a lot. So yeah, here's another indication that it was recent, because this has not been rained on.
So it's kind of like a robber at a house. They were
I
scoping
guess
it out.
so. Yeah, hold on, there's a rim. We need that rim there as well. Just under there. Watch the fence. Thank you. So this is the smallest hive. Plenty of honey in there that they could have taken, but did not. And we'll just grab that rock there. That can go on top. And this cozy, I should put that on as well. I forgot about that.
Do you want pollen in there?
Sorry?
Do you want pollen?
Actually, there's not enough in there. I'm going to just let the bees recover. I think they've got enough resources in there. But I want, this cozy is pretty wet. I want to try and get it on anyway. It would be better than no cozy. You can take the corner, 2 corners, I'll take 2 corners. These are also the hardest hives to do, these ones with the handles that stick out.
Oh.
They're particularly awkward to get a cozy on. Standard hives without these sort of homemade handles are way better for the bee cozy. That'll do. Okay, let's see if we can find the lid for this one. Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. Right there. Okay, we want to flex the top one of those foil covers on here. So this one is still on its stand. We're going to do a pollen patty on this one too. This cluster is reduced in size. So this was the worst because they lose so much heat that way.
Oh, right.
So it was almost better that they be on the side, even though you said they kind of were like
In-
books.
In the case of the first two, yes. Not in that one because they did squish down.
Yeah.
Oh no, which was the one that we looked at the brood?
We looked at brood over in this
It was
corner.
that one, yeah. I'm losing track already. Yeah, they definitely suffered a lot of losses of bees and brood, which will set them back. Okay. Whereas, yeah, so the ones that were stayed well glued together and they didn't take a frame out, they were better off because no weather got into the hive.
Oh,
Right, sorry.
extra rock.
No, I moved it. Okay, so regarding the bear issue, we're going to get back on with our work now, but in terms of bears, this is actually the yard that I videoed putting up this electric fence. I should have done a better job, I guess. It's been 4 years, I think, since I put the electric fence up here, but we've now had them penetrate other fences. The Energizer looks in good shape. It's now fully showing a full charge there, but I think I better look more closely at where the bear may be getting through, because they shouldn't have been able to get into this yard. So anyway, okay, this is forewarned is forearmed. We're going to try and do something about it. It looks like we got away very, very lightly this time, but I wonder what's going to happen next. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time. Thank you.